Hi everybody! So recently I finished my Moleskine sketchbook and
Finally.
I finished my Moleskine sketchbook and I wanted to do a tour of it. It's a fairly thick sketchbook, so I'm very proud of that.
I mean, it took you a year.
I started the sketchbook, can you stop, in June of last year and finished July of this year, so it took me a little over a year.
That's what I said.
And so this first page, along with me kind of painting the cover of the sketchbook, has been made as a video in this channel. And I haven't really, this was my first time testing watercolors in this sketchbook. And after this, I was like, oh, probably shouldn't use a lot of watercolors in this. I say that as I test out backgrounds and things like that, watercolor backgrounds. But this is a watercolor background I was testing for one of my pieces. And then I went to acrylics. I tried to use a different variety of mediums and tried to experiment with different subjects in this sketchbook. And I think I've said this in a video before, but when I don't know what to draw or paint, I usually go with flowers. And this is my favorite flower, so this was a failed page. And so I decided, you know what, let's ruin it even more. But by ruining it, I made it look better, so I'm happy about that.
There are no accidents, only happy mistakes or some accidents, whatever.
And then in this page, after receiving feedback from the previous piece, I decided that I would improve on it a little bit more, and I like the way this turned out better. And then I think this was one of my first few times trying alcohol markers, and so I just drew my hand.
Looks like a baby's hand.
Don't roast my hands. And then here I thought I was being very smart and very intelligent by cutting out the paper and reducing the amount of work that I have to do because I wouldn't have to use the back side, right? Cutting the pages took way longer than if I had just used the back side, so not gonna do that again. I mean, I will, it was fun, but probably not soon. And then here I made a tutorial of a simple sunset in my sketchbook, and then I decided to just cut it and put it in here. Here I was just trying to see how I wanted the mountains to kind of look like. And then there's this app that kind of gives you prompts to draw. The prompt was Market, and
yeah, I'm sure everybody can see that.
I'm gonna kick you out.
I'm using my phone to record this.
Prompt was Market, and then I went with alcohol markers. And then this was when I started using gouache. I followed some tutorials online about mixing, layering, blending, and things like that, but I got bored, and so I just went to straight up tutorials of finished pieces like this. I can't really remember which tutorials I followed. This was July 14, a year ago. I hope I can find that, but I think I followed Jess Chung, I think that's her name mainly, for these tutorials. I'll try to find these videos and maybe link them in the description. Here I got very cocky and I thought, I can make art without looking at a reference photo. I couldn't, so we're gonna move past that. Here I followed another gouache tutorial, and then here the prompt was old grapes. So using markers again, I just drew an old grape. You look like you were about to say something. Okay.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut this time.
Yes, thank you. Don't make a comment. So the prompt here was Joker from the deck of cards.
We live in a society. Joker movie, 2019, I think it was.
So I liked the color scheme. I might actually use this color scheme sometime in the future with the pink and then the blue, yellow, and orange, things like that. And then here I got tired of following tutorials. And so I just found images off of Pinterest, and using gouache I kind of decided to paint them. And I think at this point I already felt like I had a pretty good grasp of gouache and how it works. It is quite similar to, it's something in between acrylics and watercolor, so it wasn't too difficult to adjust for me. And then here I watched a video by Drawing with Waffles, and She had filled a sketchbook spread with hand drawings, so I felt inspired and did the same thing. Here the prompt was bones in the human torso, so I just drew the front view, side view, back view, and things like that.
Wait, you looked up Google Images on that, right? You know, you didn't have like an actual reference?
Oh no, you know, there are some bones buried under my bed without you knowing. That's the reference. Yeah, don't look under my bed.
It's not here. What are you talking about?
Anyways, oh my god. And like my friends actually like having you in my videos.
Of course they do. I'm full of charisma.
And then the prompt here was wild cat sleeping. I didn't like the way it turned out, so we can just move past it.
Oh dear lord.
And then here we have a drawing that my younger brother...
You see the fine, it looks so good, and then you get to the side, it's... Oh my god.
It looks fine.
It's horrible. It looks like a toddler drew it.
It looks fine. Stop. Just the perspective's a little off, but it's nothing that you can't fix. Anyways, I gave my sketchbook to my younger brother, and he drew a car. And then here I saw some drawings online on Instagram of people doing these like urban sketches, and I felt like I wanted to do that. I didn't use like a sketch underneath, I just went with a pen. So the proportions are off, but it looks decent enough. And then I made a video of this gouache study in my channel. And then as I said, when I don't know what to record, when I don't know what to draw or paint, I usually just go for flowers. And this just looks like a wallpaper, so it looks cool.
Take a screenshot if you want. So I'm just gonna go back here.
Don't take us. There's the reflection of the window. So.
Who cares?
And then I was commissioned to make a piece on diversity and youth education. And these were some of the sketches I had done on my laptop, and I just printed it out and glued it in my sketchbook because I like the way it turned out.
Just to waste 2 pages as well.
Look, get out.
Okay, I'm gonna take my phone with me.
And then here, the piece required me painting a tree in gouache, and so I was kind of practicing with that, and then just filled the area around with hands. This, I don't know what that was. It was just a face.
I mean, it's pretty good.
Oh, thank you. You're being nice.
It is. Like, I gotta give credit where credit is due.
Thank you. So the prompt here was bones in the human leg. So, bones in the human leg. Like, not much to say.
What else can you say more? Like,
here I did another gouache spread. As you can see, I used a lot of gouache in this sketchbook because I couldn't really use watercolors. I think I have a video of this up on my channel. And then here, I think a YouTuber called, I think it's Mini Small. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot. But she would go for a lot of impressionistic style paintings for a while. Like that was one of her goals. And so I felt inspired by that and decided to try a sunset like that. And then the prompt here was 10 sketches of noses. I tried to have a variety of shapes, so I don't know.
I'm just wondering what your Google history was looking like. Noses to draw, 10 human noses, anatomy of a human nose.
Look, the search history of all artists have to be messed up, so don't judge me.
Reminds me of something in the Mortal Kombat movie. Every artist is a bit twisted, mate.
Okay, twisted is a strong word. Stop. And so here I had an idea, but the idea has extremely poor execution, so we're going to ignore that. And I felt extremely disappointed with the way the hand turned out, so I was like, this can't be real. I have to practice hands. And so that's what I did, and practicing hands are especially important since I use hands a lot in my finished art pieces. And here I tried doodling. It's chaotic, but it's okay. Like I tried, what if the clouds, it's raining and then it's like raining on flowers, but then the soil turns into, no.
Color overload.
Yeah, it was a lot, but that's okay. You have to experiment and try things in your sketchbook. That's what a sketchbook is for.
Why are you looking at me while you're saying that? I don't have a sketchbook. I don't draw.
You're the only person in this room. Prompt here was Grace. I thought of a ballerina, and so I drew a ballerina. I have another video of this study, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Here I was brainstorming for a sticker that I would be selling on my shop, and it's actually this sticker. Yeah, just some ideas and sketches and just notes for myself. This was also inspired by one of the artists that I'm subscribed to. She used to do, I don't think she does it as often anymore, but she would do these inking, she would ink these pieces of houses and it would look so cool. And through this I kind of learned how to introduce watercolor into this sketchbook as well. And another house, the front of a house.
Creativity.
I'm gonna kick you out. And then here, this is the midway of my sketchbook. I didn't want to use 2 pages, so I decided, you know what?
You don't want to use 2 pages, so use 2 pages?
No, like I didn't want to make 2 separate pieces. And so I just combined it like this.
Why does it have like a 3-finger forehead?
I tried to represent my own forehead. What you gonna do?
Yeah, I can see that.
Get out! Here again, like when I don't know what to draw, I just draw flowers.
I think I know what you tried to draw. Happy.
That was September 17th, school time. Probably not happy. Here, my printer printed like an extra page of something of my art pieces. I decided to cut it out and just put it in my sketchbook.
And to waste a page.
And to waste a page, yes. And here I was just sketching for like making, my brain just stopped. Here I was brainstorming.
How does something that doesn't exist stop?
I'm gonna kick you out. Yeah, I was just sketching for a piece and then just made notes for myself, things I would like to change. Here I made a quick sketch of the composition of the art piece that I was commissioned to do, but the issue was that I don't really have a lot of experience drawing animals and birds, so I was just practicing how to draw birds. And then I had bought gold paints at that point, and so I wanted to swatch them. Swatch. Test.
Nerd. Did you like read a whole dictionary to use a word nobody knows?
Everybody knows what swatch means. It's not my problem your dictionary is so limited. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here I saw some artists on Instagram just do.
I'm just gonna get some lotion for that word.
Here I saw some artists on Instagram do a lot of loose watercolor paintings. I tried to replicate that style, but it ended up looking messy. But it is definitely something that I could explore more.
Is it me, or does it remind me of like a more colorful CSGO map?
A what map?
Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Nerd. And then here I had a Zoom call with one of my friends where we just wanted to make art.
You have friends? My God, you have friends.
Surprisingly, I do.
Wow. I'm gonna need some moment reel from the shock.
I'm gonna kick you out. And then she told me that she saw these interesting paintings with like flowers coming out of hearts, lungs, organs, bones, things like that. So it's not our original idea. It's something that we saw online and kind of were interested.
Is your friend okay? Flowers coming out of hearts, lungs?
It's beauty. And then I had some extra time as she was finishing up her piece, so I drew more hearts. Shh. Please close your mouth. Thank you. And so...
Rude.
And here I just...
You see, this is how my sister, she acts so nice on video. This is the reality. I'm kidding. I don't want her to get cancelled. This is a joke.
You're gonna get cancelled. Okay, and then here I was just doing some color combinations. Here I had gotten my fish, so I just drew my fish. I didn't know what to do, so I just...
I'm getting a headache.
Did whatever I wanted. Nobody's forcing you to stay here. And then here
You have my phone. What else am I supposed to do?
And then I drew more fish.
Like, do you want me to read a book? I mean, who does that? This isn't
And
the
then,
1800s.
and then.
Rude.
And then I was just brainstorming for one of my other stickers that would be a set with the previous one. This is how it turned out. I'll just put it somewhere. And then here I just took a marker and did some sketches as I saw fit. Okay, this is a very boring spread, but it was pretty much my engineering design class where I had to design like a +15 walkway truss system with like specifications, force members, things like that.
Nerd.
And then yeah, I was just doing more sketches, trying to see if I actually met the specifications, if I actually had, 15 force members, things like that. Here I was just sketching for truss system ideas. Here it was just the connection mechanism ideas. And then here I felt very down because school. And so I felt very depressed, and so that was my representation of school, consuming my entire existence.
Mood.
And then here I wanted to use inks for some reason, and so that's what I did. I used inks and then went with
Looks like Gotham City from a Batman comic book.
Nice, that's a compliment.
It is.
Thank you.
That got so awkward.
Yeah. The prompt was cat drinking water. It's a cat drinking water. And then I wanted to go back to watercolors because my goal in terms of using, well, my goal in art in general, I suppose, is just being able to paint clouds and water. But yeah, it was something.
Okay, Pablo Picasso.
And then here I had another call with my friend, and we just drew blobs and tried to draw faces in those blobs.
Is your friend Picasso by any chance?
And then here my friend and I had another call, and we were just drawing a butterfly. Forgot the name of a butterfly for a second. And I actually used, I think, like dollar store supplies or like very cheap supplies for this, and I think that could be an interesting video idea. Not that it's never been done before, but
Totally original. Never done before.
Very original.
Everybody else copied this idea from her.
Okay, and so here again I didn't know what to draw, so I went with flowers. This is one of my favorite pages, to be honest. I really like this page.
I would make a joke.
And
I don't
then,
want you to get age restricted, so
and
I'm
then,
just
and then,
and then,
and then this was a collab that I did with P-Dog Illustrations here on YouTube. This is how my part of the collab turned out.
one of my favorite comments of all time on that video. Ali is a light bulb. My favorite comment.
And then again, when I don't know what to draw, I go for flowers. And then I think my the second thing that I go for now is just fish, betta fish specifically. Oh, these are also my favorite pages. So I was like, okay, I want to draw plants, but I think I've drawn enough flowers, so what should I draw? So I found these reference images on Google of plants, and using watercolors I was able to get this like cool effect. And it looks very, like it looks like they're part of the same series, not a series,
Same
but
set.
same set, yeah. And then more just drawings with pen, flowers, I don't know what else to say. It's just pretty straightforward. Here, it had been a while since I'd used gouache, so I wanted to get back to using gouache. And it turned out looking like this. And I think this was the point where I wanted to finish the sketchbook as soon as possible, where I was like, I'm over it. So I found an image of a room on Google, so I just inked it real quick and then threw some color. I mean, I guess I threw color on first and then inked on it, but yeah. And then this is the aquarium in my room. Again, I just want it to be over with.
Where's the fish?
Like behind these.
Tries an aquarium, ignores the fish.
And then just some hands. And then here, just a mosque from Turkey. I didn't sketch. Again, I just used pens right away. I wanted to be done with the sketchbook as soon as possible, hence why I also did a double spread like this. This was the drawing for my the first episode of my podcast. It's inspired by Islamic designs.
Textiles.
And then here I went back to painting a sky in gouache, but when I removed the washi tape, I noticed how tiny it was in the page. And so I just painted it black and like added these details. And here I just had like a drawing art night with my mom. She drew one page, I drew the other. And I have a video of this as well, where I went back to using gouache. What are you laughing at?
I don't know.
Okay. And then this is the last page of my sketchbook, where I decided I would end it in a similar way I started, with a sunset. And that's it. I'm so excited to start my new sketchbook. I will be painting the cover of that sketchbook and kind of record myself breaking into that. So if you're interested, please feel free to subscribe or stay for a bit to watch that next week or the week after. That being said, thank you so much for watching. Take care.